I got a phone call last week. It was from my little brother. He was worried because he couldn't recover his Steam account that he had lost access to, and asked for my help. After a few minutes of conversation, I found out that he was constantly getting locked out of every service he used on his computer. I thought I understood what happened, so I asked him to change all of the passwords using another device and help him to compose the letter for Steam support because his account's email had already been changed by someone. Right after that, I connected to his machine via RDP and started investigation. The system looked clean at the first glance, no suspicious activity showed by the task manager, the full Windows Defender scan showed no threats, and I couldn't even find anything in the file system right away. Thankfully, after some time of searching, in a trash bin, I found a zip archive with a very interesting name. I asked my bro about it, and he told me that he's not really sure, but maybe it was some kind of VPN software he wanted to try about a week ago, but it didn't work as he said. I was pretty sure that's the file to work on. The archive contained an executable that got 56 detections on virus total when I scanned it. The question was, why the hell Windows security didn't spot anything? I definitely wanted to get more info on that executable, so I asked my assistant to have a look. Based on the provided string analysis, it had, among other things, a base64 encoded PowerShell script that explained everything to me. As a person without any cybersecurity background, I was surprised by how much any untrusted software can do to a Windows system using just a set of standard tools. That's how the original script looks like. First, it takes every directory that malware will potentially need and runs the mp preference command from the Windows Defender module that creates new Windows Defender exclusions. What that means is it will silently skip those folders even if you ask it to run the full scan. And it's not an exploit, it's just a standard Windows Defender's functionality, the feature. Once all of the exclusions are created, the script disables Windows recovery and fetches some files from the GitLab repository. The most interesting are these remote desktop libraries. That means the attacker had the full control of my brother's machine. The rest of the script disables user account control, so my brother was not prompted with this window whenever an attacker ran an executable. I looked up the commands to revert changes made by the script, and right after I ran them, I was drowned by security alerts. All kinds of malicious software that did their business on my bro's machine for a week and felt absolutely comfortable. Not because they're stealthy and not detectable by the system security, but because the system security has built-in features that malware can use for its own purpose. More detections followed when I ran the full scan again. I was like, yeah, Windows Defender actually can detect malware, but malware can just ask it not to do that. And Windows Defender will behave. It will tell you that the full scan showed no threats, but it will never tell you that it just skipped the half of your file system because of the rule added by some automated script half of an hour ago. So keep that in mind. The least you can do about it is sometimes check for exclusions manually. You can also use some third-party solution if you trust it, but when we ran Malwarebytes on our highly infected machine, we just ended up with a bricked installation after the successful cleanup. So yeah, in 2026, the smartest antivirus on your machine is still you, even if you're a housewife. And your main tool here is still the fresh installation media. I shared with you my story and hope that your system is just as healthy as it looks like. But stay sharp, they're just one PowerShell script away from getting the full control of it. Bye.